And
undoubtedly, and this is the reason why I've had to pull myself out of the judging.
Okay. Well, I just wanted
if
to...
If you are capable of claiming your seat on the council, we can speak further then about allying our fleets.
Is there anything other than taking the island that would help my cause before the judges when they arrive?
Well, strong ale, good women and men, entertainment, perhaps a bard or two.
Okay.
You'll have to decide. Now, I don't know that much about the Island of Empty Eyes. Perhaps one of your crewmen does. But you're going to have some sort of structure in which to house your crew, your fleet, your treasure. A fort, a palace, perhaps a villa of some kind. The nature of your structure and its defenses will be judged as part of your worthiness for the council.
Okay.
I don't suppose you know anything about siege engineering, building creation, stoneworking, woodworking?
See, Aces raise his hand on the siege
I got people.
Very well. As I said, is there anything else that I could offer you during your time here?
I'll look to my crew if anyone has any suggestions.
You see me with my mask on and my cat claw just nods my head.
So, anybody else?
I would just simply suggest that we get started without delay.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, you are allies with other members of the council. Yes. All members of the council have taken an oath to refuse to speak to you in any way about the Island of Empty Eyes. However, that said, there may be a map maker in town who has somewhat current maps of the original expedition from Cheliax in the year 4110. It's only 400 and... What year is it in game right now? It's 4615, so it's 405 years old? 505 years old. The maps are only 505 years old. I'm sure they're still accurate. If you were to find him and pay an undoubtedly exorbitant amount of money, you could surely get a map to help you give a leg up on your exploration. And to be quite clear, you must have a stronghold of some sort built on the island with which to impress the pirate lords.
Okay, so I have to have control of the island, a structure of some sort, dock for the ships, and defenses in place to defend the island.
And entertainment, of course.
And yes, the entertainment goes, yeah, that goes without saying. Okay. Sounds like we got some planning and a lot of work to do.
Sounds like the Sisters of Callistria might be able to help out with some of that.
Don't forget, at dawn you'll need to give a speech and accept any new pledges to your cause. Think hard about what your fleet might stand for and who you might accept in it. And then he just stands up, turns into an albatross, and flies out the window because he's a badass.
Remember when I used to do that? I think, maybe. It's been a long time.
I love it like you're like sitting there and you're like, I remember when I used to do that. Or do I?
I don't know.
Then we see like the mask is like strapped behind your face and you hear like whispers coming from the mask, but it's only you that can hear them, Aces.
I've always heard voices in my head.
So
slowly going crazy.
You're in Port Peril. Is there anyone you'd like to visit, since most of the pirate lords are in attendance right now, specifically to meet with you? And is there anything you'd like to do before your dawn speech?
Oh yeah, did the charm school finish up?
Nope, that's still 6 months down the line, man.
Dude, it's been like 3 months skip, and then it's been like a month of adventuring, and then it's been a month of crafting.
5 months. 5 months down the line.
I'm not sure how long the Blue Owls was.
We'll find out when we have Dan back and can literally go back and find out.
Like, I would go visit my mom.
That's going to be weird, right? Because you guys are all going to have characters that are way higher level, and it's going to be like the dumbest flashback ever, where it's like, he didn't have that weapon during this timeline, did he? This is non-canon.
Here's a weird thing about it, too. I'm not sure if my mom's alive or not, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go visit her or not, so it's like question mark.
Last you heard, she was there and alive, so...
Okay, then I go visit her. Everything worked out somehow.
Yeah. All right. Well, we definitely need to meet with our sponsors and talk with them. We need to meet with someone about supplies and materials and shipping, and we need to leave messages for our other ships.
Your fleet.
The rest of our fleet about bringing supplies and stuff there for us, so we don't have to do it ourselves. Yeah, we gather everybody up. So I guess a couple of was it message scrolls?
Sending
scrolls. A couple of sending scrolls will be in order. You guys think of anything else?
I mean, I'll definitely have to add a sending scroll. Calistrian captain wins the the race. Some definitely some close to semi-false advertising, but yeah, gotta spread the message.
So I think that when you're back in Port Peril, actually, Dindrian reaches out and sends a messenger to have you come and speak with her at the temple when you have a chance. Not during your celebration, of course, but when you have some free time.
Sure.
Something to keep on the docket. That reminds me, by the way, you guys actually do hit level 9 at the start of this book, but save that until during the week, after this session, do the level.
Oh, yeah.
But you are leveled.
Yay.
You did level twice in 2 sessions.
Oh, I was going to say 2 levels, because we were 7.
Yeah, you were 8 at the beginning of the last session, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I did this whole one at 7. I never did level
You were like, I could have had even more
I asked at the
Profession
beginning,
Sailor.
are we all still
I was going to
7?
take skill-focused Profession Sailor as my feat.
Actually, my next level was going to be skill-focused Sailor, but I don't...
No, we hit 8 about halfway through last session.
Yeah.
So we didn't wait till the midday to do it.
Yeah.
Don't know why I didn't level up.
It's all right. You're good.
Well, you're about to level up twice now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get to do 2.
You're so badass, you did not need it.
Did not even need the level.
So badass, he literally just stands at the wheel. It's like, you can't attack me, son.
Just turning it,
He Supermans it. People are shooting bullets at him and they just bounce off.
His eyelids. His eyeballs. That was just so redunculous. I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching this.
Awesome. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to need building supplies. We're going to need ships delivering stuff. We're going to need ale and hooers.
Cannon fodder.
I asked the captain.
Mooks. We're going to need lots of mooks.
It's okay. It's okay. I can get some of the money back since we had some winnings.
Hey, remember that money I loaned you for the scroll?
Remember that
Oh yeah, sure.
money that
Take it out of ships.
Make sure you guys noted that you did get your 4 infamy, disrepute, and plunder, and you got 8,000 gold pieces as a purse.
We'll take the 2,000 out of the 8
total. The ship won 8,000 for winning the.
Y'all thought that I was selling the ship out. I took out most of the competition by arming them.
It's true.
And got rid of a lot of free captains to boot.
Yep,
Well, I suppose I could sell off the majority of my scrolls.
The good part
didn't use a single one of them.
The good part about all this, there's a whole lot of crew looking for either ships or captains now. So
exactly,
and we've got both.
We got both.
I don't know that you have ships.
I think. Well, yeah. Did all of those ships completely sink? Are they gone?
Yeah, they got taken down. They got capsized.
Well, less competition.
So they're so close to the maelstrom that they're long gone by now. So
I mean, he literally had an octopus flip them over and pull them underwater.
Shit in the cheat.
Yeah. It wasn't exactly as epic as the Titanic, but it was still pretty good.
A Nazi's not a Nazi. Aces is a enabler.
All right, I'd like to
people
keep.
to cheat.
I'd like to keep the rest of that 6K that's left from the gold prize and use all of that for construction and defenses. Before we leave here, we need to have all of our construction stuff in order. We need stonemason. We need an engineer. We need someone with siege engines if we don't have siege works.
This guy got stat. I
Crafting?
I think we can repair most of the ship with spells.
Yeah, I got siege engine.
Talk about the island. Building siege engines, building defensive works, building
gotcha.
outwork.
The island.
We need craftsmen, not...
Just tell me what crafts we need, and I'll put a point in it. I pretty much pick up the book and start reading on it.
So, Scourge, like when you get back to the island, when you're... I'm guessing you're probably somewhere, like, with a map, planning things out. You're talking to your officers before dawn.
Yep.
I think you're getting, like, constant messages, and your crew is, like, starting to stack them up beside the door.
Yep.
There's one from a dwarven cartel called the Medios. They're stoneworkers. And there's a couple other craftsmen, inclooking a message from Alkenstar Gunworks. And
awesome.
There's a message from the mapmaker, the mapmaker for the Shackles, whose name is Armitage. You also have 2 different investment firms that wish to speak with you.
I'm just curious what happens when like messages are sent at the same time. Is there like a busy signal, or is it just like...
this is it. They're not sending messages. They're actually sending people with notes over. They're like running the notes.
Gotcha. So they're not making like phone calls and like the line's all tied up, and there's not like this like wah, wah, like annoying sound that goes off.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to schedule meetings with all of them. We're going to need everybody. So I need somebody to write me a speech because I know I'm not going to do it.
Look to our first mate. You're good with feelings.
Sure, I can write you a speech.
Are you saying that you're ready for this? Almost no one's going to get this reference either, but you should. Are you saying that Scourge is good with lasers and Alaris is good with feelings? Man. That's right. Look it up. Lasers and feelings, son. It's a song and it's a tabletop RPG. You've got lasers and I've got feelings.
Total miss.
Sounds
sorry.
Cool.
You don't know the double clicks. It's fine. It's fine. Look it up.
Okay, I'll do it later.
Look it up. You're like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, all right, sure, later.
So I will be your speechwriter, whatever that entails. I'll be like, yes, this is great to say, compliment this person, and then subtly condescend this group over here.
Yep. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. If it's not hitting somebody with an axe, I'm... Oh, we also forgot the ship was modded by the druid for +2 to sailor checks.
So many bonuses.
Yet even another +2 to that. Forgot all about it.
Having a druid on your ship was key.
Yeah, the find a path was...
Yeah. Some people think like Tengus are great, but having a druid is a little better. Yeah.
We actually, when I did my pirate game, we had a Tengu druid, which was awesome. He was good luck and he fixed crap.
So, to be clear, Marvelo basically retires off of the giant pile of money you paid him.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's like, I'm going to go buy a house somewhere and raise snakes for the rest of my life and get drunk constantly and smoke a lot of whatever's good.
And heal my own liver every day.
Because I'm a druid.
Because I'm a druid and I could just grow one because I want to.
Now he will use your giant pile of money to fund his eco-terrorism campaign against the unworthy.
Yep.
Sure. And I'm okay with that. All right. We missing anything, y'all?
Oh, yeah, we have to pay the dragon.
You pay the dragon based on plunder gained.
That was not plunder.
You got 4 points of plunder, though.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 4.
But you need to have... You only have to pay it every 5, so make sure you've passed another 5 point.
Okay.
You pay it 1 for every 5.
Yeah, because we got exactly... No, we had 6 last time, right? and we paid him the first one.
Okay, well then you need to pay him another one now.
Does anybody remember? Keep me straight.
We paid him 2 last time. I remember that. Cause we got 2 plunders from 2 sources. Cause we got 6.
That sounds about right.
So whenever we make the next one, we have to give him another one.
Okay, so next plunder goes to the dragon. Okay, we'll just have to try to remember that. All right. Yeah, I don't want to short.
I make sure to pay him because he's my associate. Friend is a strong warm.
All right. I think we got it, y'all. I'll set up as soon as we can meetings with all of these people because we need to get to cooking. I don't want to mess around on time.
Okay.
So, who do you want to meet with first?
Who all's on the list? All of our sponsors, right?
You have, you can meet with any of the pirate lords you're already friendly with. So, Tessa Fairwind and Master of Gales and Aronnax and Demian. You have the free captains Merrill Pegsworthy and Pierce Sherrell are both in harbor. The Medio cartel has sent you a message regarding any stonework you need done. Quality stonework. Dwarven stonework.
Have them do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Armitage the Mapmaker wants to meet with you. A lesser-known quarrying craftsworking group that does woodworking as well. That's just known as Jameson's, wishes to speak with you about the same thing the Medio cartel wants to as well. And investment brokers from Medio Galti and Absalom want to speak with you.
It's funny. As soon as you do something good, investment bankers come in and
popping out. Yeah, couldn't get a nickel yesterday.
My gosh. Yeah. It's like I called you last week.
Yeah.
Lifestyles and rich and the fame.
I think
was that you?
Well, we've already talked to the Stormlord.
Master of the Gales.
The Master of the Gales, yeah.
I like
so I don't
the
think
name Stormlord, though. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we've already talked to the Master of Gales since the thing, so I don't think we need to see him right away, do we?
What's funny is the name Stormlord is going to come back shortly. I don't know if anyone's going to catch it. But.
So, well, let's start with our allied free captains, and then our allied pirate lords, and then our allied free captains, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So, which free captain or pirate lord would you like to speak with? I guess it's either Tessa Fairwind or Aronnax and Demian.
Well, Tessa was our first supporter, so let's go to her first.
And your secret supporter. She didn't say she was actually working with you until she sponsored you for the race.
Right.
She sent you to secretly hunt for spies.
Correct. So let's go. Since she was our sponsor, she'll be first on the list.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Endymion.
All right. So Tessa is looking over some reports when you go to see her at her very nice villa, and she's like, "Ah, Scourge, it's good to see you. I was just checking the prices of marble here recently. You wouldn't believe what it costs to build a new palace."
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm going to find out, I'm afraid.
She's like, "Well, I was checking on your behalf. Not that I can help you, so don't ask any questions, but it's real rough out here for, most stone isn't naturally occurring. Not the type of stuff you'd use to make a nice palace, and the dwarves kind of had a strangle. You know how dwarves are."
As a matter of fact, yes. I do know how we are.
Yeah, she just gives you kind of her sideways smile and tucks some hair behind her pirate hat. And it's just like, well, if you wanted to build something like Fort Hazard, and she gestures out the window to where you can see Fort Hazard, which is the Hurricane King's fortress. She's like, it's going to cost about 430,000 gold pieces. I don't suppose you have that available.
No.
Not many of us do. If you'd like some, she gestures to her house around her. She's like, if you like something more like this, it's going to be closer to 100,000.
Okay.
And if you're just looking for a very nice fortress, it'd cost you about 40,000. You can improve upon it later, of course, but the key here is that whoever they send, you have to impress them up front.
Would it be possible to build the outer structure and leave the parts they're not going to see until
It would be
later?
very wise to start building something modular. You know, something that could be built upon later by adding more to it.
No, I mean build an impressive outside and not finish anything that
have
they're
a
not going to
completely
see
good-
while they're there.
So she's like, she just smiles and she's like, they're going to see everything.
Oh, well,
Now,
crap.
if you're, she kind of like looks strangely at you and says, if you're lucky, there might already be a structure there you need to improve upon.
We can start with, yeah.
A
I was kind of
foreclosure.
like that.
We don't know what's there right
All
now.
right. Never know
So
what
we're
you're gonna
pirates
get.
turned house flippers.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You
Dude,
never know what you're going to
you're
get.
totally
this
shopping.
island.
You're totally shopping in Denver right now. It's ridiculous. Once they made pot legal, man, everyone and their brother came over here like, oh, there's a house. Slap money down.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Have a young family member whose only goal in the world was to move to Colorado.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just put your house on the market tomorrow, and it will be sold in 7 days.
How dank is Colorado right now? I mean, on a scale of 1 to Bob Marley.
If you go to, so they just, I don't know if you're familiar with Red Rocks, but it's like it's a historical place. It's like a amphitheater that
yeah.
people play music and stuff. So like you go to any musical festival, I mean, it's rampant. So
Load it up. Yeah.
Oh man, music and marijuana? This is new to me.
Really? Those
I've
go
never-
together. Who knew?
I've never
But
heard of
I
that
received
before.
I received a voicemail and text message 10 days ago asking me where I was, that they would meet me there, and they were completely bonged out of their mind, and I had no idea who this person was. They were just texting me 13 times, left 5 voicemails from the hours of midnight to 1 o'clock, said, I will meet you there. I'm stoned,
Wrong
and I
number,
will.
of course.
I'm like, great. I'm staying off the streets. Once the sun goes down, I'm off the streets. It's
All right.
ridiculous.
We got to bring it back now and go
All right.
back to the part where we're planning to buy and or sell
sorry.
everything in
Yes.
Port Barrel.
Shit's expensive.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, what's it we come up with for money, I guess? I hate to go in debt.
We only
Man.
had like 8 grand, so
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're going to have investors. We're going to have to go in debt. There's no way, unless there's already building there, that we
Well,
can
have
do
to
this.
clear out- we have to clear out first.
Well, we got to clear the island no matter what. So we have, 3 months? So we can set up the investors but not use anything yet and go scout the island and see what we need to clear before we actually start into the details. The nuts and bolts.
Oh, I can scare up 10 grand right off the bat.
That's a significant amount. So what's the plan?
I have to go look
seems
at this.
like all the times we earn money, we like put it towards a ship or some type of like fixed investment. It's just like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
weird
yeah.
how this adventure path constantly...
It becomes like real life. It's like, okay, great, you're making this money now, but you've got a mortgage payment, so you're eating at McDonald's.
Yep.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to D&D Sims Edition.
Just wait
That's
until
what-
book 5 and 6 when you have to start running a fleet.
God.
Yeah, I've had many a paycheck in the military where I ramen noodles and
Well, that's what we spend over $50 million in 1 hour of military. So, there's a lot of it.
all right.
So I ask again, what's the plan? Who are you
Well-
going to?
Continue meeting with the folks that we have to. unless she has anything else particular
I
advice.
mean, if you want to go through all of the free captains and pirate lords, they don't have anything new to offer because they literally can't tell you anything.
Right. No, I understand.
But they're willing to meet with you and just be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, and I'm just
all right.
testing the waters. Who's willing, who wants to meet with us, who doesn't. We need to know where we stand with a lot of these folks still. So, but other than that, no, I'm not trying to sneak details from them.
All right. So Aranex and Demian is of course willing to meet with you because one of you is his liege holders, Aces, and you did him a pretty solid turn a couple times now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, again, he cautions you that he can't say anything about the island, but that he heard that there was once a Chelish fort there.
Okay.
Not that he can corroborate that, but...
I asked him, by chance, do you know where I could speak to any fellow arcane casters where I can exchange spells that you may know that won't, speak out my spell book to other casters?
Yeah, he doesn't know very much about spellcasting.
But a lord that might, be able to exchange spells with me.
So, more than any other location in the world, even more than Cheliax, which is like the land of secrets, you basically had to be in like a wizard college of some kind to exchange spells safely. In the Shackles, where people would sell the here, if you're not in part of like a bardic college of some kind and someone gets a hold of your spell book, they're just going to make a list of all the spells you have and sell it to whoever they can for money.
Okay.
Which he explains to you. He was like, unless you find an organization that will back you, it's very unsafe
to trade spells.
Now, he does offer to let you join one of his forces in Hell's Harbor called the Signet, but they have pretty strict rules. You basically would need to live in Hell's Harbor most of the year.
I can't really do that. Wait a minute.
What about intense magical research?
What about that Magus guy? Will he be willing to exchange spells?
Oh, your Magus captain, the 13th level dancer. Yeah. No, he's not willing to exchange spells with you.
Okay.
You guys put him on a whole other ship. You were like, no, we don't want him here.
We made him a captain. It's like...
He's not an idiot. You guys were like, oh, I hate this guy. Stupid Mr.
What are you talking about? I liked him.
I didn't dislike him. I just didn't trust him on my ship.
I liked him, and I wouldn't have
I didn't dislike him. I just didn't trust him. I wouldn't want him to marry my daughter or anything.
On and take another ship.
I was nice to him.
We supported his goals and sent him on his way with a nice boost of a ship to take over.
We were moved to the gnome, because he was very suspicious, but we was nice to the Magus, dude.
Mr. Devons?
I gave him a bro hug of a lifetime. That's all I know.
All right. We'll continue to meet with the other free captains and pirate lords who wish to meet with us.
After you get through those, who do you want to meet with next?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? The stonemasons? Oh no, let's get the map maker first. The map, everything hinges around what can we find out about this map, about this island. So let's hit the map maker first.
Yeah.
So when you go into Armitages, it's still like 2 o'clock in the morning, and people are wandering around Port Peril drunk, like more than usual because it's a pirate lord celebration. So people are like pissing on walls and stuff, and even the City Watch, who you might remember, the militia in Port Peril, basically they're just like thugs that wander around with cheap weapons and beat people. Most of them are pretty drunk too, so there's probably a scene where you see like some guy pissing on a wall somewhere. It's actually one of the city guard. And when you get to Armitages, he's like kicking somebody out. He's like, no, bite thy tongue. I will not take one of the maps by Brando, my arch enemy, that fiend, that nemesis. Get out of my shop, sir. I will never serve Brando. And he's like, are you perchance Admiral Scourge?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Come with me. I have much to speak with you on. Yes. And you go into a shop. It smells exactly like dusty old books, cracked leather, and worn ink.
You see me like enjoy this, inhale the smell, like this is beautiful. magnificent.
There are maps like hanging on the ceiling, like sideways down, so they're like displayed at an angle. They're on all the walls. The floor is actually made of like tempered glass, and there are maps underneath the floor.
Oh, you see me like rub my face on the floor like this is just beautiful.